pre-increment, and post-increment. Now, yeah, what this thing means is if the plus plus or minus minus appear after the variable, it is called post-increment. Means that perform all the operations that the variable is involved in before you do the increment. Okay, while pre-increment occurs when the sign is before the variable, which means, hey, pre-increment means perform the increment first before you perform any other operation that this variable is involved in. Okay, so doing it this way now means you're going to increment first before it is printed out. But if the plus plus appear after the variable, it means, hey, print this guy out first before the increment. Pre-increment, post-increment. So this is pre-increment, means increment first before you print it out. Okay, this means print it out first before you increment. Okay, alright, so let me save this. We'll go back to our environment again. I'll compile. Okay, yeah, you see that now we have 11 pre-increment. Okay, now more explanation on this. Now I'm going to do something here. I'm going to input this here, say int value 2 is equal to show off indeed that we have pre-increment and post-increment occurring. I'm going to copy this from here and put it here. Okay, then take this out from here. Then okay, it's going to be value 2. Alright, so let's look at this. Now we have value 1 to be 10. Okay, value 2 is value 1 plus plus. Okay, so what this means is that pre-increment means perform the increment first before you assign the value to this variable. Okay, while post means that he assign this variable value to this guy here before you increment. Okay, so let's leave that this now. We're going to see the output. Now remember, I'm putting value 1 first, or let me put this here. Okay, value 1. Okay, then here we will have value 2. Okay, so let's compile now and see how it turns out. Let me play the screen, then compile. Java arithmetic. Let me press my up down arrow key. Okay, Java arithmetic. So you see value 1 is 11, value 1 is 11 because, and value 2 is 10. Now the reason for this result is because this is post increment here, meaning that perform the operation that value 1 is involved in before doing the increment. That is why 10 is assigned to variable 2 before it is incremented. That's why we have value 1 to be 11 and value 2 to be 10, because it is assigned to value 2 before it was incremented. But if I put this in front of it like this, okay, what this means is that, hey, it's going to increment first before assignment is taking place. Okay, that's pre-increment. Alright, so that means that both values will be what? 11 and 11, because this will be incremented first before it is assigned to value 2. So we're going to have 11 and 11 as compared to what we have earlier, 11 and 10. Okay, so I'm going to compile again, javac, then execute it. Yeah, 11 and 11. Okay, so that's an increment. Now what about the decrement? Also works the same way. Okay, pre-increment, we have to have pre-decrement. Yeah, okay. Alright, so just like kind of trying to post decrement. Okay. Alright, so now the same thing happens also when I do a minus minus. What this means is that pre-decrement, okay, it means pre-decrement the value in value 1, okay, before you assign it to value 2. So in this case here, we will have value 1 will be 9, okay, minus 1, because minus minus means subtract 1. So here will be 9, then 9 will be assigned to value 2, so we're going to have 9 and 9. Okay, so I'm going to save it and we're going to compile again and see. Let me clear this. Compile. then we execute. See that 9 and 9 decrement. Okay, now what about if I make this come after the variable? This is post decrement. What this means is that, hey, assign the value you have in value 1 into value 2 first before decrement. Okay, so here we will have what assignment first means that what value 2 will be 10. We're going to have 10, then value 1 will be 9, so we're going to have 9 and 10 decrement. Alright, so compile, then execute. See that 9 and 10, value 1 is 9 because it was decremented. Now because decrement is appearing after the variable, it's going to assign the value in value 1, which is 10, into value 2 first. That's why we have value 2 to be 10 here, then decrement. Okay, so we'll have 9 pre and post decrement, post decrement, pre decrement. Now this minus and plus is often used with the for loop. If you're used to programming either in C or C++, you would see something that looks like this, like int I is equal to 0, but like I is less than 10, something like this. Then you go like I plus. What this means is that what increment by 1. So I will all be incremented by 1 in this loop. Okay, starting from 0 until it gets to 10. Okay, now if this plus comes before or after the variable, it doesn't make any difference, just as long as this variable is just standing alone. Okay, but if it were in an operation, like say I have something like minus, then I now have plus 10. Now this is where this sign matters, whether it comes before or after the variable. Okay, so if it's just alone like this, doesn't matter whether it comes before or after. The point is it's going to increment by 1. But when we have an expression like this, it now matters where this sign is. Okay, now looking at this expression, now what will be the value of value 1 and value 2 when they are printed out? Let's try and evaluate this. Here we're going to have value 1 minus, which is what? A post decrement, meaning that